Every season, we see big market teams buy. And you know what happens? It fails. Very rarely does buying in free agency ever buy a championship. It's always the same teams buying in free agency too, right? The big markets, being the Yankees, now the Mets, and of course the Dodgers. The Dodgers are arguably the biggest market in the whole league in Los Angeles. Of course, right beside New York, that is. And as we know with the Yankees, they love to buy instead of developing rookies. They say, hey, we have a hole, and in fact, maybe even many holes, but screw it. Hal has money, so let's go buy. That is the result of what you see of this current Yankees team, filled with veterans just not hitting, like Stanton, like LeMahieu, and many, many more. So you then say it's probably the same situation for the other big markets, right? Well, for the Mets, sure. But for the Dodgers, no. Absolutely not, a matter of fact. The Dodgers have always won. Since 2000, they've only been below 500 twice and have built an absolute powerhouse. Yankees fans will say, hey, we've been able to do very, very similar, so don't discredit us. Well, the difference is the Dodgers build their team in a much different way that I believe sets them up for success for the future and in the long run, compared to the Yankees, who simply haven't built for the postseason and have only been a regular season team. Again, the Dodgers build their team differently. Now, the biggest difference that I would say is the drafting, right? They can make blockbuster trades, acquiring superstars almost always, while always having top prospects in their system, even after trading some away. Yet, having a top 5 farm system in baseball, but yet you're still bringing in superstars. The Dodgers are smart, and they know how to build a team not only at the major league level, but in the minor league level. Most would rank the Dodgers as a top 3 team with the farm, maybe top 5, right? At least top 5 in all of baseball. In 2023, we've seen a few top prospects come up big for Los Angeles. We'll go ahead and begin with Bobby Miller, who currently has a 3.89 ERA in his very first season. He's consistently giving solid outings, going for around 6 innings or so every single game. At least that's how it's been since about June, right? Then, of course, there's been a few times he's got hit around, like the San Francisco game or Houston and even more, but typically, he's very, very good. Another rookie to look at is rookie James Outman, who I'll say had a great April, right, with a 294 average and 6 homers, but then went to cool down, and he cooled down drastically. In May and June, he couldn't hit a meatball to save his life. But then July, it came around for him, and wow, did it go well. He had a 309 average with 3 home runs and a 904 OPS. My point is he stepped up and has likely broken out for the LA Dodgers. He's really came around since the beginning of the season, as he's also continuing his success in August that he's carrying over, of course, from July. And it's really, really fun to see. The Dodgers lacked a true center fielder going into the season. They needed a guy to step up and, of course, take on that center fielder role and perform very, very well. Outman at first wasn't actually very good in that center fielder role. I will say, he wasn't the best. He wasn't bad, but he also wasn't great. And since then, he's improved really, really well at the MLB level on defense, and not just the defense, of course. It's also been the offense. That's where we get into the major league development, which has been absolutely unreal for LA for as long as I can remember. When rookies are called up for LA, as we could see with Outman and Miller, they typically do pretty well. Then in the minor league development, it's typically about the same thing. Except to be fair, they have had struggles this year, with a few different prospects, like Gavin Stone, top pitching prospect, who has really struggled in 2023. At the major league level for a little bit, but of course the majority being down in AAA. We all know that Gavin has the potential to be a very nasty pitcher at the major league level. And I'm very positive that he's going to be. With key pitchers set to be free agents this year at the major league level, you'd expect Stone to be on the 2024 roster and, of course, in that rotation. Or you would at least hope, is what I'll say, right? That he could fill in one of those roles. Again, though, there are several prospects in this system doing super, super well that I wouldn't be shocked that end up being traded in the offseason, because that's what the Dodgers do, right? That's why they have such a special team with such a great future. It's because they're able to go ahead and trade and sign players and develop players, doing it all at once at a very elite level. and I don't see this stopping anytime soon with a market like LA and with the system that they have. My point is, this team is awesome. A big market who has won a ton in the regular season, and not just that, of course, it's also been the postseason, with one of the best pitching labs at not only the major league level, with veterans coming in who we thought were past their prime, coming in and are playing incredible, right? Guys like Ryan Brazier, who are playing well. Very unexpected, I will say that as a Red Sox fan. Anyways, this team has one of the brightest futures in baseball, with a team that's willing to spend, with a team that has a great major league team, and with a team that has a great farm. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know your opinion on this Dodgers team, and peace out.